On this channel, we've released deep dive videos showing you how to search for a trademark and explaining the difference between copyrights and trademarks. But in today's video, what I'm going to do is break it down so that you understand the basics of trademarks. Hi guys, I'm Ms. Crystal. I'm an entertainment attorney, public speaker, and author of How to Keep Your Dukes Up in the Music Business. I'm the owner of Dukes Up Records, and most importantly, I'm an independent musician. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on this bell notification so you don't miss our weekly videos helping you to get to that next level with your career and learning how to protect yourself legally. We just released our online course on how to start a record label, which of course talks about trademarks. And we do definitely more of a deep dive as far as if you're a company doing those searches, getting your trademarks, and making sure that you're protected. But of course, we're going to talk to you about the day-to-day stuff, music distribution, collecting revenue, going through contracts, providing you the actual contracts that you need, and even showing you how to negotiate your artist deals. So if you're interested, be sure to check that link down in the description below. When we talk about trademarks, we are saying basically something that is used as an identifier, right? So the easiest thing is a name, whether it's a company name, whether it's an artist name, but there's other identifiers, right? So there might even be things like slogans, logos, smells, sounds. All of these things can actually be registered as trademarks. But in music, the most common that we see are going to be names and logos. So as it relates to you, you might be an artist, or let's say you are a record label or another type of music business. Your trademark is your name. And as you continue throughout your career and growing in what you're trying to do, that name is going to garner value, and it becomes more and more valuable, especially if at some point you decide that you want to sell off whatever it is, whether it's a business, whether it's a commodity. And so that's why we kind of think about, all right, how do we protect our names? Now, you might have already kind of started and you have the name that you want to use in mind, but maybe you haven't started yet. So I'm going to cover both instances, starting with if you don't have the name picked out just yet. So let's say you're an artist and you've decided you want to use a certain artist name. Before you actually start using it, go and see if anyone else is using it. Now, like I said, we've done a video kind of doing the actual deep dive on how to search for a trademark and to see if someone else is using your name, and I'm going to link that down in the description for you guys. But generally speaking, start on social media. Just do a search for the exact spelling of the name that you want to use, but also try other variations of the spelling. And then go on the music platforms, because as a musical artist, of course, your music is going to be put on these platforms. And so if you're finding other artists are using that particular name, that might be problematic because one of them probably has priority, or they might have priority over you. So all of that just means that you're going to run into all kinds of problems. So if we can come up with a name that is very unique and that no one else has, it's going to make it easier for you to kind of have that exclusivity moving forward. Now, I had an artist contact my office because this particular artist had already been using a certain name, but had never actually looked to see if anyone else was using it. And so later on in his career, having found that actually a couple of people were using a very similar, if not exact name to what he was doing, it's now a problem because he's been releasing music. He's been doing performances under this certain brand for a while. And so that might be you. Maybe you say, okay, now I gotta go check. And what happens when you find other people who are using your name? Now, if you find that someone else is using your name, that might be a good point to actually get in touch with an entertainment attorney who can kind of walk you through if you have any kind of remedy. And something that you can first look at and do research on yourself is to see, where is this person based that's using the name? Right? Because when we look on, let's say, music platforms or social media platforms, they're worldwide. So if you find someone, it doesn't mean that that person is located in the United States, and that's all we care about. When we file our trademarks, we get protection within all of the United States, but it doesn't extend to other countries. So if we actually want to get, let's say, a registration in Canada, in order to have that protection, we have to file in Canada. Same for all other countries. So that's an important first step. If you find that another artist is using your name, but let's say they're located in the UK, it actually might not be a problem. And then the other layer of that is, what do they do, right? So I go by Miss KRYSTLE for everything that I do artistically and even some of the legal stuff. And when I was kind of doing my search for Miss KRYSTLE, I'm looking specifically for, does someone do music, live performances, and anything kind of related to what I'm doing? And I ended up finding some Miss KRYSTLEs, but I think one was like a makeup artist. And so as a makeup artist, this person is actually allowed to use a name because she's not doing the same thing that I'm doing. And that's what trademark law does for us. It says that even if there are multiple people using the same trademark, as long as they're not diluting each other, right? So kind of taking away from the branding because they do similar stuff, it's actually okay. And so that's part of kind of the search. If you find someone who's using their name, where are they located? And the second step is, what are they doing? If they're not doing what you're doing and it's a whole other industry, again, that might not be a problem. Now, everything that I kind of described as far as the first step, doing searches, seeing what's kind of out in the universe, is kind of all informal stuff that you can do to figure out whether you have the ability or likelihood of success if you decide to move forward and do what's called a trademark registration. So what we can do is we can get your trademark kind of certified and actually get a certificate saying you own the trademark and you own it in relation to, let's say, music or shirts or your record label, whatever it is that you're doing. And the reason you want to do this is because A, it gives you protection all throughout the United States, but B, I'm telling you, when it comes to social media platforms, it makes getting pages and channels taken down very fast. Right, so we have these infringers who will pop up and they know what they're doing. They're actively trying to take our clients' trademarks, use their names, and it's tough if you don't have an actual registration to get those pages removed or blocked or to get some kind of remedy because you don't have that piece of paper. That piece of paper that says you are the trademark owner. As soon as you get a registration and you now have the piece of paper, you can go and file through their automated system. And so you file the information about your trademark, you have a number, this and that. And I've gotten, entire pages wiped out within a number of hours, whereas we were having so much difficulty, previously. So kind of having the registration helps with that, but then also it's gonna be good if you ever have to file a lawsuit. If you need to sue someone because what they've done is to take your trademark in such a serious way that now you actually need to file a lawsuit to get those damages, you need to have that registration before you can do it. So for all those reasons, that's why when you decide this is the name of the brand, whether you're an artist, whether you're a company, when you're ready to rock and roll on that and move forward, you gotta get the actual trademark registration. And like I said, you can definitely do more of a deep dive as far as how to do a formal search for yourself, and it includes looking at different trademarks and this and that, and I did a full-length video on it, so I'll be sure to link that down in the description for you guys. Whether you're a solo artist or you're in a band, you need to know the day-to-day stuff of basically being in the music industry. And so we've now provided as a direct digital download how to keep your dukes up in the music business, which is basically an A to Z guide of how to have a successful music career, which you can get direct on your device right now. And I created this because, being in the music industry since I was basically 4, I have learned a lot, I've been through a lot, and there's so much that I want you to avoid. And it's through kind of the storytelling, but also the logistical day-to-day. Understanding copyrights, understanding trademarks, but then also getting the contracts that you need so you can stay legally protected. I provided all of it in the book, so make sure you get your copy. Link down in the description below. If you're interested in checking out some of my music, just search Miss KRYSTLE on all music platforms. I just released my new album, Dangerous Daughters, and a new music video, Holy Water, which I'll be sure to link at the end of this video. Don't forget to come say hi on social media. I'm definitely the most active on Instagram. I'm gonna get out of here, but thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe, turn on this bell notification so you don't miss any videos from your new favorite redhead. I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm Miss KRYSTLE. Bye.